Guess who's back, back again.
Hello everyone, my name is Aryan and this is the Horsepower Show. Today we are at Mclaren Vancouver and we're going to be filming with this, the 570S Spider. Alrighty, let's start at the front of the vehicle. Of course, we have these amazing 570 headlights, but what's really interesting about this car, and this is something that I wasn't 100% sure on when I first saw this car, and that's this fact that it's basically two-tone. Like, we have this incredible yellow, but then this is just gray. But at first, it kind of degraded the fact that this was a 570 Spider from McLaren, but I actually don't mind it that much now. In here we have the air filters. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh, you can just see it there. And when this car is moving, air basically travels in there to cool down the rest of the vehicle. But in terms of differences between this car and the actual 570 coupe, there aren't many differences, apart from the fact that this is a convertible and the 570 coupe that's over there isn't. That's basically the only difference. But you may be asking, well, how is that possible? Because usually when a company takes one of their coupes or coupes and they want to convert that to a Spider, as McLaren has done here, usually they have to add a lot to the structure of the car because it's losing a lot of weight because they're basically taking the roof off. But with McLaren, since they're basically like an amazing company, the carbon fiber monocoque, that's basically all of this section, the core of the car, that is so strong that McLaren hasn't had to add anything to the car to make it stronger and help the structure since it's a Spider. And that's something that I find really, really interesting about this car. And it actually makes me prefer the Spider to the coupe. So basically the front is the same as the coupe. Moving on to the side of the car, we have the stealth wheels, and then you have the 570 badge there, and then again this entire part is in gray. This is a very, very nice piece. The carbon center lock for the wheels is very, very nice. As we move to the side of the car, we have the mirrors, and then this is a very interesting section of the car because basically when the air, pretend my hand is air, it's traveling through here, getting past the mirror, and then coming here. And this piece right here divides air travel. So basically, back there, there's this huge air intake that's sucking in air to cool down the engine in the back over there, which we're going to talk about in a second. But this entire piece and how it starts from all the way where the wheel is, the front wheel, and it comes and gets bigger and bigger. I really, really like that touch. Oh, what do you know? There's the 570 key. So it's a very basic key. This unlocks, this button locks, and this opens the trunk that's in the front of the car. Very simple, nice key. And as we move on to the back of the car, something that is a very subtle change compared to this, and the coupe over there, is actually this rear wing. Well, it's not much of a wing, it's more of a rear lip. This part is actually a couple centimeters bigger than it is on the coupe over there. Fun fact. Moving on to the engine, you can't really see it that much, but it's a 3.8 liter twin turboed V8 that's producing 570 PS, which is actually amazing, because let's not forget, this is McLaren's entry car. It's a sports series, and above this we have the Ultimate Series and bigger, more powerful, more amazing cars. But for an entry-level car from McLaren, this is amazing. One option I really like is all of this carbon on the back here and on the tonneau cover. And while on the subject of tonneau covers, this part of the car that's like right behind the head of the seats, that is probably my most favorite part of this car. It actually reminds me of the Pagani Huayra Roadster, but I mean, this makes the car look so much cooler. The lines are really amazing. And while we're on the subject of the back of the car, so that's the sports exhaust system, and it's not just because it's black tips. Like, this car has the stealth pack, so that's like an option. Sports exhaust system sounds insane. Here's a clip. Boom. And then what I find really interesting is how you can see like parts of the engine from the back of the car. It's super interesting, and you can kind of see it here as well when you're looking through these vents. But like, if you look from the back, it's more amazing. It's so down low in the car, and that's why it has such a great center of gravity, this car. And you can kind of see a couple of things through this gap, but I like that. It's kind of mysterious. You can't see everything unless you take this entire part out, which obviously you can't do by yourself. You have to take it to your McLaren dealership, but I mean, I really like that feature as well. And then we have the rear diffuser. This car is sitting on Pirelli P0s. It's just an amazing machine. And then moving on to the inside of the car, these buttons control the trunk and the tonneau covers, so up and down, which this part can actually fold up, and then you can store stuff inside the actual tonneau cover. And then we have this window which can go up and down while driving as a wind deflector. And then inside is basically awesome Alcantara and yellow stitching. Alcantara steering wheel, and inside is basically the same as you'd find in standard McLaren. So one thing I do want to show you is this. This is the active panel. So what you do when you want to like make the car racier is press this button which says active, and then both these buttons go yellow, and then you can adjust based off of what type of driving experience you want to have. So N for normal, S for sport, and T for track, and then you turn those knobs based off of what you want out of the car. Launch control, drive, neutral, reverse, and that's your ESC off. And then this button controls the roof, so if you want it up or down, you just gotta pull that button back or forward. These little buttons on the side of the seats, they control the seat position, and again, this beautiful yellow stitching. I love it. And all this Alcantara on the dash. Taking a look at the steering wheel, we've got the paddles to change gear, obviously. And then here is the media, radio, everything you need. Navigation. I love the McLaren logo on the center there. It's awesome. And obviously there are the scissor doors, which are probably the most crazy feature on the car. And the window goes up. Boom. That's what it looks like with both doors up. Insane. Alrighty, so there you have it. That is the McLaren 570S Spyder 2018 model for you. A big thanks to McLaren Vancouver for letting me come down and film with this car. A special shout out to Zac and Morris for this awesome opportunity once again. But leave comments below. I want to know, do you like the Spyder version more or the coupe? Don't forget to leave your comments and your opinions in the comments down below. And I'll also put all of McLaren Vancouver's information down below in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for more content. Thank you, and I will see you later. Peace.